For 5 years, my relationship with my brother's best friend, Alex, was a secret. We had a plan to finally tell everyone on New Year's Eve during the big annual banquet. But when the moment came, he didn't say anything about us. Instead, he leaned in close, a playful smirk on his face, and whispered in my ear, "I'm getting tired of this. Maybe you should go find someone else to marry." I just nodded my head and said, "Okay." I was calm because I had lived this life before. In my previous life, hearing those words sent me into a spiral. I cried and begged him, swearing I would never marry anyone but him. I got what I wanted, and our marriage was a cold, empty thing. He was distant and cruel, and when I was dying from blood loss after giving birth, he wasn't there. He was at Disneyland, celebrating the birthday of the woman he truly loved. That's when I learned that a love you have to beg for isn't worth having. So, with this second chance, I smiled and agreed with him. "I'm tired of it too," I said. "Let's break up." Alex froze when I said that, his smile disappearing. He looked at me as if he couldn't have heard me correctly. I was usually so quick to get angry, but now I was completely calm. He dropped the joking tone and looked at me with a serious expression. "Clara, do you have any idea what you're saying?" A small, detached smile remained on my face. "I know. You said I should find someone else." In my past life, the smallest hint of displeasure from him would have made me react like a cornered animal, fighting until he took it back. This time, I was choosing to let him have his way, which in turn was setting me free. Alex's brow furrowed in confusion. "Clara Evans, what has gotten into you today?" Before he could say more, a loud crash of shattering glass came from the table next to ours. A woman in a white dress ran out of the room in tears. People at the surrounding tables turned to see what was happening. My brother, Leo, leaned over. "Isn't that your ex, Sophia? What's she doing here? It's New Year's, not a time for breaking things. Did you do something?" Alex's frown deepened. He stood up without a word and walked towards the door. Soon, the sound of crying from outside softened into quiet whispers, the kind shared between lovers. The waiters continued to bring out more dishes, and I calmly ate the food that had been placed in my bowl. In the past, I would have carefully served him a portion of every new dish that arrived. It was a habit I'd had since we first met. He was always busy with work calls and would often have to leave the table in the middle of a meal. My brother always noticed my attentiveness and would get jealous. "Wow, serving him food again? You're never that nice to me," he'd say. "I've been watching you. Do you have a crush on Alex?" A few times, I was on the verge of telling him the truth, but Alex would always cut in, putting an arm around my shoulder and ruffling my hair like I was a little kid. He'd smile and introduce me as his sworn sister, and I understood what he meant. He didn't want our relationship to be public. For 5 years, he never posted a single thing about me on his social media, not even a picture that only I could see. It was like he didn't want any proof that we had ever been together. But I loved him so much that I was willing to stay hidden. Seeing me eating by myself, my brother started teasing me again. "Why don't you go check on your Alex? If you're not careful, he might run off with another girl." My hand, holding my chopsticks, paused. Him running off with another girl had nothing to do with me anymore. I was just his sworn sister, so I had no reason to interrupt them. My brother stared at me, trying to figure out what was different about my expression. Today was Alex's birthday, and it was the day we were supposed to finally make our relationship official. I never would have guessed he would invite his first love, Sophia, to be here. Just then, Alex and Sophia walked back in. Sophia's eyes were red and puffy, and Alex was holding her hand, murmuring comforting words to her. My brother whistled. "Alex? Sophia Cole, are you two back together?" As soon as he said it, Alex's head snapped up, and he looked at me with a flash of panic in his eyes. "What are you talking about? We're old classmates. Can't I show a little concern?" My brother, never one to let things go, leaned in closer. "I'm your old classmate too. Where's my concern?" Alex laughed and pushed him away. "Get lost." Seeing Sophia looking so fragile and dependent on him, I pulled my brother away. "Leo, stop bothering them. Let them have their couple time. Let's get back to dinner." I looked at Alex with a bright smile and said, "Right, big brother Alex?" He paused when I called him that, giving me a strange, unreadable look before turning his attention back to Sophia and leading her away. As soon as they were gone, the people around us started whispering, "I told you, you can't beat a first love." Based on how they're acting tonight, I'd say there's a good chance they're getting back together. Definitely. Remember when Sophia needed a kidney transplant? Alex gave her one of his without a second thought. He was still recovering from the surgery when he rushed to the hospital to take care of her. He literally gave her half of his life. Now that she's back, they'll probably be inseparable. Hearing their words felt like a punch to the gut. It turned out their lives were already so deeply connected. I was the fool, stuck in a secret relationship that was never meant to last. In my past life, after Alex and I got married, everything went downhill. He stopped being affectionate, we slept in separate rooms, and he even insisted we use separate sets of dishes. The only reason he ever touched me was because his parents were pressuring us to have a child. That night, he made sure the lights were off and kept his eyes shut the entire time, like he was enduring some terrible ordeal. The very next day, he went to stay at Sophia's apartment and didn't come back for days. One winter, I got a terrible flu and was too weak to get out of bed. I asked him to take me to the hospital, but he said he was too busy with work. Later, I saw pictures of him at a nail salon with Sophia, with the staff commenting on what a lovely couple they were. When I went into labor, I started bleeding heavily at home. I called him, crying, and he just got angry. "It's just childbirth. You're not going to die. What are you crying for? Take a taxi to the hospital yourself. I'm busy." He hung up before I could say anything else. When I tried to call back, his phone was off. On Sophia's social media, she had posted a series of photos of Alex celebrating her birthday with her at Disneyland. In the center of every collage was a picture of them kissing. In that moment, I gave up. If he didn't love me, what was the point of bringing this child into the world? I threw my phone out the window and just lay there, watching the blood pool around me. I died from blood loss. And even then, Alex probably just thought I was being dramatic. Back at the party, without Alex there to be the center of attention, people started to leave. I wasn't in the mood to celebrate either, so I left right after I finished eating. Alex, who usually texted me constantly, was silent all night. Outside my window, I could hear the sound of fireworks as people celebrated the new year, but I felt no joy. At midnight, a bright firework lit up the sky, and at that exact moment, Alex, who almost never posted anything, updated his social media. It was a photo of Sophia sleeping peacefully on his shoulder. The caption was just a single word: home. A minute later, the comments were already flooding in, congratulating them and wishing them a happy future together. I liked the post, but when I refreshed the page a moment later, it was gone. Then, I got a message from Sophia. Alex gave me a ride home and I fell asleep on his shoulder. It got too late for him to go back, so I let him stay the night. "You don't mind, do you?" I replied with a simple K. From now on, who Alex was with and what he did was none of my business. Just as I was about to go to sleep, I got a message from Alex. It seemed they were already coordinating their stories. "Sophia just got back and hasn't had time to buy new clothes. You have some new outfits, right? Lend them to her for tomorrow. The stores are all closed." Reading that message made my already bad mood even worse. My own new clothes that I hadn't even worn yet were supposed to be given to the woman he loved. What did that make me? I didn't reply and just turned off my phone. But the next morning, he showed up at my door with Sophia. At 10 in the morning, my doorbell rang. My brother went to answer it and found Alex and Sophia standing there with a bunch of gifts. Everyone, except for me, gave them a warm welcome. Alex's parents had passed away when he was young, and he was raised by his grandmother. Since he was our neighbor, my parents had always treated him like a second son. As he came in, he gave me a long, deep look. My mom smiled at Sophia. "You must be Alex's girlfriend, right? It's been so long. You've gotten so beautiful." Sophia was good with words. "Thank you, Auntie. You're still as young as ever." Her compliments made my parents beam. "Clara, what are you doing hiding in your room? Come out and say hello to your brother, Alex and Sophia." I came out and poured them both a cup of tea, saying politely, "Happy New Year, big brother Alex, Sophia." Alex just stared at me with that strange expression again. A little later, when I was heading to the bathroom, he sent me a text. "What are you so upset about?" I read it and didn't reply. At lunch, there was a small argument about where everyone should sit. I was in my usual seat, and Alex came and sat down next to me. "Hey, that's my spot," my brother said, looking from Alex to the empty seat next to Sophia. "Why are you stealing my seat? Go sit next to your girlfriend." After a bit of back and forth, Alex ended up sitting directly across from me. The whole meal, I felt like I was sitting on pins and needles. He just kept staring at me with this intense look in his eyes. I avoided his gaze and focused on my food. Halfway through the meal, he got a phone call and had to step outside. I looked at the empty bowl in front of him where I would normally have put food, swallowed a mouthful of vegetables, and decided to ignore it. When he came back, he glanced at his empty bowl and then at me. My brother noticed and jumped in to defend me. "We're all family here. No one's going to steal your food. Don't give Clara a hard time." Just then, my mother looked from Alex to me with a knowing smile. "Clara," she said, "look at your brother Alex. He's already brought a girlfriend home this year. When are you going to bring a boyfriend home for us to meet?" Alex opened his mouth to say something, but I cut him off. "Mom, Dad, Leo, if you know anyone, feel free to set me up." In the past, I would have immediately shut down any talk of dating. Seeing me so open to the idea, my brother was overjoyed. He clapped me on the shoulder. "Clara, you've finally seen the light. As soon as dinner's over, I'll set you up with some great guys." I laughed and said, "Okay." My eyes accidentally met Alex's, and I saw that his jaw was clenched and his expression was dark. Amid everyone's laughter, he suddenly spoke up. "Auntie, don't joke around. Sophia is just an old classmate of mine." My mom froze, and Sophia's smile faltered. My brother, always ready to stir the pot, added, "So you're still single. How about I introduce you to Clara then?" My heart, which was already racing, felt like it stopped. Alex immediately pushed my brother. "Stop joking. Clara is my sister." And just like that, any lingering hope I had died. I took a deep breath and forced a smile. "Exactly, Leo. Don't talk nonsense. Alex is my big brother." After dinner, Alex and Sophia left. We didn't talk for the next few days. I went about my life, eating and sleeping normally, and even went to a few gatherings with old friends. On the 5th day of the new year, my brother was going to a class reunion and insisted I come with him. I was already in bed and refused to go, but he said, "Tonight is a big night for your big brother Alex. As his sister, you have to be there to see it." It wasn't until we got to the restaurant that I understood what he meant. Sophia was planning to ask Alex to get back together with her at the party. Apparently, their relationship had been heating up since she came back, and everyone thought they were going to reconcile. A classmate who worked at a jewelry store even said that Alex had been in a few days ago looking at rings, most likely for Sophia. I knew most of my brother's classmates, and they all greeted me warmly, telling me how pretty I'd gotten, and joking that I should pick one of the single guys there to date. I laughed and played along. Across the room, Alex watched me in silence. Before dinner started, Sophia pulled me aside. "Clara, I know Alex listens to you. Later, when I tell him how I feel, could you say something to help me out? It would really increase our chances of getting back together." Sophia always seemed so sweet and gentle, but she was calculating. She knew I liked Alex, and because he refused to make our relationship public, I was trapped. She was using my feelings for him to torture me. But she didn't know that I was over him. I gave her a smile that was even brighter than hers. "Of course, don't worry. I'll do my best to help you two." She pursed her lips and went back to the private room. At the dinner table, Alex started piling food onto my plate just like I used to do for him. When the waiter brought out a new dish, he picked up a piece of chicken and went to put it in my bowl. I put my hand over my bowl to stop him, smiling. "Big brother Alex, I'm a grown-up now. I can get my own food. You should give that to Sophia." The piece of chicken hovered in the air for an awkward moment before Sophia held out her bowl to take it. "Alex, maybe my sister has her eye on someone here. You don't need to worry about her." As they were talking, people started standing up to give toast to Sophia, welcoming her back. Just as Sophia picked up her glass, Alex took it from her. Sophia can't handle alcohol. I'll drink this for her. He tilted his head back and drank the whole glass in one go. The room erupted in cheers. Watching Alex drink glass after glass, Sophia's face started to get flushed. She reached out to stop him, her voice soft. Alex, you don't have to drink so much for me. It was hard to tell if Alex was drunk or not. He looked at Sophia with a gentle expression. It's okay, you can't drink, and they're clearly trying to take advantage of you. The people around them started murmuring in excitement. I knew this was the moment. Sophia, her face red, looked at Alex and said, Alex, after all these years, I've never forgotten you. Let's get back together. Say yes! Say yes! Everyone chanted. Alex seemed taken aback by how quickly things were moving. The mood was perfect. The girl had confessed her feelings, and all the guy had to do was agree. A perfect love story was about to unfold. Watching them in the spotlight, I clapped and yelled along with everyone else. A girl as beautiful and devoted as Sophia is hard to find? Big brother, you should say yes. Alex looked at me, completely shocked. Clara, what is wrong with you? Aren't you my girlfriend? Why are you encouraging this? The room went silent. My brother was the first to react, looking from Alex to me in disbelief. Clara, what did he just call you? I smiled calmly. Leo, can't you see he's drunk? He's just messing around. Alex looked furious. He pushed Sophia away and started walking towards me. I took a step back, and at that exact moment, there was the sound of a glass shattering behind me. Alex spun around and rushed over to where Sophia was. Her leg was cut open by the broken glass, a deep gash on her pale skin. The contrast of the red blood was shocking. Alex winced, his brow furrowed with concern. He scooped Sophia up into his arms. Sophia, pouting, clung to his neck and said, Alex, everyone is watching. You should put me down. People might misunderstand our relationship. And Clara looks upset. Shouldn't you go check on her? Her voice was just loud enough for me to hear. She was trying to force him to clarify their relationship in front of everyone. But Alex just kept a straight face and said nothing. He glanced at me for a second before turning back to Sophia. Don't worry about her. Let's get you to the hospital. And with that, he carried her out of the room. The second they left, my brother was all over me. Alex never gets drunk. Spill it. What is really going on between you two? Knowing my brother's tendency to gossip, I decided to play dumb. Nothing's going on. Maybe Sophia's confession was just too sudden for him. He wanted to ask more, but I brushed him off. I shouldn't have come to this reunion. As soon as dinner was over, I made an excuse and left. Walking home alone, I saw couples and groups of friends everywhere, laughing and setting off fireworks. The whole New Year's celebration felt empty to me. I walked faster, wanting to just get home, take a shower, and go to sleep. Just as I was getting close to my apartment building, Alex appeared. I tried to run past him into the building, but he cut me off. I tried to dodge him, but he grabbed me and pulled me into a hug. If I hadn't lived through my past life, I might have melted into his embrace and started crying. But now, I just felt cold. I pushed him away. Big brother Alex, we're right outside my apartment. What if my parents see us and get the wrong idea? He paused, the hand he had reached out for me falling to his side. Sometimes I don't get you. If you're so ashamed of me, why were you with me in the first place? He demanded. What is wrong with you today? Why were you cheering them on? I shrugged. Isn't it true? Sophia still loves you, and you practically gave up your life to save her. I think you two are a good match. It's only natural that you'd get back together. I was just being honest. He didn't find it funny. What about you? Have you forgotten your place? Who was it that always said if I got too close to another girl, she would... Alex, I said, looking him straight in the eye. We already broke up. The next second, he started to panic. Who said we broke up? I don't agree to it. What don't you agree to? Before I could finish, my brother's loud voice came from behind me. I turned around and smiled. Big brother Alex wants to buy Sophia a ring, so he was asking me what styles girls like. He said if I didn't give him a serious answer, he wouldn't let me go home. Alex's face darkened. He grabbed my arm, but my brother interrupted. If it's for her, why don't you ask her yourself? Why are you asking Clara, or are you planning on giving Clara a ring? At that last part, Alex's face turned a little red. I pulled my arm out of his grip. Since you've decided to get back together with Sophia, you should go find her. Her leg is hurt and she needs someone to take care of her. Clara, are you even listening to yourself? Who said I want to get back together with her? He said, his voice getting louder and attracting the attention of people walking by. Whoa, Alex, what's wrong with you? Whether you get back together with her or not is your business. Why are you yelling at Clara? Seeing that Alex was about to lose his temper, I nudged my brother. It's cold out here, let's go inside. As soon as I got home, my phone started ringing. It was Alex. I hung up, but he kept calling back. Finally, he sent a text. What time are you going to bed? I'm coming over later. We need to talk. I didn't want to deal with him, so I turned off my phone. But just as I was about to fall asleep, there was a knock on my bedroom door. Clara, someone's here to see you. I pulled the covers over my head. I'm sleeping. Tell them to come back tomorrow. It's Sophia. My eyes snapped open. What did she want? Sophia was standing outside my door with several nicely wrapped gift bags, smiling. I brought you some skincare sets from my trip. I meant to give them to you earlier, but I forgot. The second my bedroom door closed, her smile disappeared. I didn't bother pretending to be friendly either. What do you really want? Sophia dropped the act and sat down in a chair, crossing her legs like she owned the place. Clara, I'll be direct. I know Alex has been close to you while I was away, but I'm back now, and I'm going to marry him and have his children. I need you to stay away from him. I was confused. You must be mistaken. Alex and I are just like brother and sister. Are you finished? If so, you can leave. I need to sleep. I was already annoyed with her, and her accusations were making it worse. But then, her expression turned nasty. If it wasn't for you, Alex and I would have gotten back together tonight. Don't pretend you don't know. Alex likes you, can't you see that? In my past life, I would have proudly told her that Alex did like me. But now, I saw things clearly. Alex still had feelings for Sophia. Let me say this one more time. Alex and I are like siblings, and that will never change. If you like him, you should go after him, not waste your time with me. She was speechless. She left the gifts and walked out without another word, but after she was gone, I didn't feel any satisfaction. I just felt more depressed. In my previous life, right after Alex and I announced our engagement, Sophia came to see me. I thought she was there to cause trouble, but she was surprisingly calm. She showed me her phone, scrolling through years of chat logs between her and Alex. It started with polite greetings, then they got to know each other, became close, went on their first date, and confessed their feelings. Even after they broke up and she moved away, they kept in touch, their messages always hovering in a gray area between friendship and something more. She watched as the light drained from my eyes, a triumphant look on her face. See? Alex really loves me. It doesn't matter that you're marrying him. His heart will never be yours. He's only marrying you out of obligation. I didn't want to believe her. I thought that cold, digital words couldn't possibly mean more than the man who was by my side every day. But she was right. I slept badly that night. The next morning, my brother knocked on my door. Clara, you said you wanted to find a boyfriend, right? My friend is coming back from overseas today. He's a doctor, just like you. Do you want to meet him? I immediately felt more awake. Sure. Out with the old, in with the new. The best way to move on was to meet new people. Seeing me getting ready so eagerly, my mom sighed. She's really grown up. I smiled. It's all thanks to Alex. My brother's friend was very organized and quickly set up a time for us to meet. He even asked for my number and added me on a messaging app. His profile picture was a black cat, which I found strangely familiar because my profile picture was a cat too. He told me we would meet the next day at a restaurant near my house that served spicy food. How did you know I love spicy food? I asked, surprised. I asked your brother, he replied. I already had a good feeling about someone who did their homework. On my way to the restaurant, Alex kept calling me. I hung up on him every time. When he realized I wasn't going to answer, he started texting. Clara, where are you? I'm coming to find you. We need to talk. Clara, please reply. I don't want things to be like this between us. I put his number on silent. When I got to the restaurant, the waiter led me to the table that Dr. Nathan Chen had booked. I saw a man with glasses and a kind face sitting by the window. That must be him. At our first meeting, Nathan was very thoughtful. He had a small gift for me, a beautifully carved wooden music box. When I turned the key, it played a lovely melody of birdsong and running water. I made this, he said, seeing how happy it made me. You're a doctor. How do you know how to make things like this? I asked, amazed. He looked a little shy. My grandfather was a carpenter. I learned from him. I gave him a thumbs up, impressed by his skills. After talking and eating together, I felt very comfortable with him. By the end of the meal, I was already joking with him. Getting such a nice gift on a first date. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. I can't draw or sing. He laughed. It's okay. We can meet again. Consider it my gift to you. In the middle of our laughter, a familiar voice came from behind me, shattering my good mood. I turned around and saw Alex standing there, looking completely worn out. Clara, do you have any idea how hard I've been looking for you? He was out of breath, like he had run the whole way. When he saw Nathan sitting across from me, his brow furrowed. He walked over and pulled me out of my chair. I was wondering why you weren't answering my calls. Clara, you've got some nerve. We're not even broken up, and you're already on a date with someone else. His voice was loud enough to make people at the nearby tables look over. His grip on my arm was painful. I tried to pull away, but he held on tighter. Alex, stop talking nonsense. I agreed to break up with you after your birthday. I'm single, and you have no right to tell me who I can and can't see. Alex was furious. He actually tried to kiss me, right there in the middle of the restaurant. I wanted to slap him, but he was holding both of my hands. Just then, a strong hand came between us. Nathan had pushed Alex away and was standing in front of me. Sir, if you don't stop, I'm going to call the police and report you for harassment. Who the hell are you? I'm talking to my girlfriend. Get out of my way. Alex grabbed Nathan by the collar, but Nathan, who was taller, easily lifted him off the ground. Let me go. Sir, with a temper like that, it's hard to believe you're her boyfriend. For all we know, you could be a stranger trying to abduct her, Nathan said calmly, gaining the approval of the people watching. Alex, realizing he was outmatched, stopped struggling. But as soon as Nathan put him down, he lunged at him, and the two of them ended up wrestling on the floor. Even the restaurant security couldn't separate them. I calmly called the police, and then I called Sophia. You should probably come get your boyfriend. But she just said coldly, from now on, don't call me about anything related to Alex. We are never getting back together, and hung up. I stared at my phone, confused. At the police station, the officers lectured both of them and then let them go. Outside, Alex looked at me, his eyes full of hope. I sighed. Alex, please stop harassing me. He immediately started talking. I was drunk that day. It was just a stupid joke. Don't take it seriously, Clara. I never wanted to get back together with Sophia. The person I like is you. I scoffed. You say you like me, but we were in a secret relationship for 5 years. You kept me hidden. Alex, the only person you like is yourself. I turned and walked away. He started to follow me, but Nathan stepped in front of him. I'm warning you. If you keep following me, I'll call the police. Alex had no choice but to stand there and watch us leave. I never would have thought that he would then go and announce our relationship to the entire world. The next morning, my brother was banging on my door. Clara, come out here. I have to ask you something. When I opened the door, I saw him standing there with Alex. I tried to shut the door, but my brother blocked it. Clara, Alex told me everything. Don't you have something to tell me? I have nothing to tell you. We're just like brother and sister. But he told me you two dated for 5 years. What's going on? Hearing my brother say that, I laughed. Sure, we were together for 5 years. So, big brother Alex, what proof do you have? Alex opened his mouth, but he couldn't say anything. In 5 years, he had never posted a single photo of just the two of us. Any pictures were always group shots with my brother. All the gifts we ever exchanged were things like food or drinks, nothing that would leave a lasting trace of our relationship. He always said it was because I was young and he was worried my family would disapprove. But I wasn't that young. I was 18 when we started dating, and now I was 23. The irony was that now, when he needed it most, he had no proof at all. Then he remembered something. "You have pictures of us on your phone. Show your brother." I did have them, but I had deleted all the ones of just the two of us. The only one left was a group photo of the three of us. My brother, who had been listening to all of this, was starting to get suspicious. "You say you were in a relationship for 5 years, but no one knew about it? And you have no proof at all? Alex, are you sure you were dating my sister? Who dates like that? Are you even a man?" Seeing that Alex was still trying to argue, my brother was losing his patience. "Clara, I really was with you for 5 years. Have you forgotten everything I told you? Have you forgotten that you said you loved me?" Hearing him say that just made me feel sick. "Leo, I think Alex is still drunk. You should take him home." After that, I blocked Alex on everything. The message was clear. He came to my house a few more times, causing such a scene that my parents had to chase him away with a broom. They thought it was strange that such a nice young man seemed so mentally unstable. They figured he must have had a bad breakup with Sophia and was trying to use me as a rebound. After my brother kept asking, I finally told him the whole story of my 5-year relationship with Alex. He didn't scold me. He just patted my head. "You're such a fool. Why didn't you tell me? If I had known he was such a jerk, I would have ended my friendship with him a long time ago. Clara, remember this. Any man who makes you feel bad about yourself in a relationship is not worth it. Cut him off completely." Understand? I nodded. After the holidays, I went back to my job at the hospital. I heard the other nurses talking about a new doctor in the surgery department. They said he was tall, handsome, and a top graduate from a prestigious medical school abroad. When they said his last name was Chen, my heart skipped a beat. That morning, there were banners at the hospital entrance and a welcome ceremony. That's when I realized the new doctor was, in fact, Nathan. Amid all the applause, he saw me in the crowd and smiled. He held my gaze for so long that everyone started to look at me. The colleague next to me nudged me. "Do you two know each other?" I quickly lied. "No, this is my first time seeing Dr. Chen." Just then, he started walking towards me. "Clara, what a coincidence." He held out his hand to me and everyone started whispering. A month later, the whole hospital knew that Nathan was trying to date me. He would wait for me to finish my shift and bring me snacks when I was working at night. Thanks to him, I had gained a few pounds. Our relationship was in that comfortable, ambiguous stage, just waiting for one of us to make a move. I never expected to see Alex at the hospital. It had been over 2 months since I'd last seen him. He was with a girl, helping her see a doctor. When I saw the girl's face, I was surprised. She looked a little bit like me. Alex saw me and paused, then started to walk towards me. I pushed through the crowd and headed for the elevator, trying to get away from him, but I accidentally bumped into someone. It was Nathan. Instead of pushing me away, he held me closer. People looked at us, and I glanced back at the elevator. The doors were closing, and through the gap, I saw Alex standing there with a look of utter desolation on his face. I felt nothing. "Goodbye, Alex. You're no longer a part of my world."